What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. We're going to be doing the Detroit Tigers today, a team that's in sort of a rebuild, but they're trying to compete. They're kind of in the in-between territory right now. They have a good enough team to probably fight for a playoff spot, but they probably won't do too much if they do make the playoffs. But they do have a lot of good young players that they're really trying to develop, and obviously the Javi Baez contracts haven't worked out. Jack Flaherty addition has worked out. Maybe they flip him at the deadline for some assets if they ain't in contention by then. Let's take a look at this team. So you got Scooble, their ace. He's a stud, no doubt about it. Only 27. Got him signed for 2 more years after this through arbitration. He's going to be our ace. There ain't no doubt about it. We don't even have to worry about trading him in this franchise. So that's a plus. Jack Flaherty, who the Cardinals traded, sent the Orioles. Didn't really work out there. He signed with the Tigers in a 1-year deal, kind of bet on myself type of deal, and he's been spectacular for them. He was really kind of in a shove-it game against the Cardinals, and he struck out like all of us. It was just, you could tell he's been locked in, and it's good to see Jack doing well. A lot of people don't like his personality off the field, but I think he's a very good pitcher when he's healthy. Then you got Reese Olson, 24 years old, 80 overall, had a really good year last year. Casey Mize, another young pitcher they have high hopes for, coming off an injury. Matt Manning, Garrett Hill, and they have Jackson Joby, who's their number one pitching prospect, only 21 years of age. Kenta Maeda, who's going to drop off a lot in overall. Him and Baez are probably going to be the two guys we look to probably move. Wilmer Flores, another guy they're hoping turns into something. So they got some valuable pitching prospects. Joe Adametz, another young guy, a potential. So we got some pitching pieces to work with if we do decide to, let Flaherty walk or trade him, or Maeda, we get that money off the books and we have a little bit more money to spend. Bullpen, you got Tyler Holton, which I think this guy's a cheat code in franchise mode. I feel like I've had him before and he always puts up a good ERA. We'll see if that continues. Alex Lang, I think it's Lange. Alex Lange, solid year last year. He'll hopefully be a big part of this pen as well. Shelby Miller, who they signed in free agency, had a really good year when he was healthy last year in LA. Andrew Chafin hasn't really worked out for them so far, but he's only on a 2-year deal, so we'll see how he performs. The rest of the bullpen, though, I mean, they do got Boo Brisky, 26, but other than that, they don't really have any beat potential guys in the bullpen. Well, they do got Garrett Apker, who's 24, but only a 45 overall. Jason Foley's the closer. Had a really good year last year. Hopefully he can close out some games. We might need another closer. We'll see. Jake Rogers, a guy with a little bit of pop, had 21 home runs last year. Maybe we'll look at catcher. They do have Carson Kelly as well, but he just hasn't been able to stay healthy. So catcher's another spot we may need to look to upgrade. I mean, there's a lot of positions that need to upgrade. Spencer Torkelson, man, last year I thought, okay, this guy had 31 home runs. He drove in 94. He's going to be a big bat. He just hasn't played well this season. Maybe it's just a slump. Who knows? But he's still going to be pretty good, in my opinion. Second base, you got Andy Ibanez. He's 31. Who knows how long of a tenure he's going to have with the Pirates, with the Tigers. They do have Colt Keith, who they're very high on. We'll have to see if he's a part of this franchise. Maybe somebody we use in the trade to get a better piece. Third base, you got Gio Urshela, the veteran. Very good contact hitter. Not much pop, but very good contact hitter. And they got Jace Jung. I think that's Josh Jung's brother, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong, but 23 years old. Could develop into something. They got Buddy Kennedy, who's been on. I think they got rid of him. Zach McKinstry at short. I mean, more of an off-the-bench kind of guy. And then Javier Baez, man, has he been dreadful for them. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I mean, he's still signed for 4 more years, 3 more years after this current season. I mean, I don't know I don't even know what we'll do with this. I mean, maybe we trade him. We're hoping we can at least get a better deal just to get his money off the books. But, I mean, he was so good with the Cubs for a few years, and it's like, I don't know. I don't know if the league figured him out or if he's trying to live up to the contract. I don't know, but he has just been absolutely horrible. Left field, Riley Green, who's going to be an absolute stud for them. Hopefully he continues to develop, 23 years of age, a potential. Nobody else really in the pipeline. Now, you do got Justin Henry Malloy, who could develop into something. His stats don't look that impressive, though. Matt Vierling, a guy who's been a utility guy for them. Center field, Parker Meadows is really all we got. Just a guy who's kind of a glove first. Center field definitely going to be something we need to look at. We do have Max Clark, but who knows how long it'll take him to develop. So center field is definitely a must get. And then right field, you got Kerry Carpenter, who's turned into a really good player for them, coming off a 20 home run campaign. Hopefully he keeps that up. They do got Mark Canha, but he's probably going to drop a lot in overall. And then Akil Baddoo, who really jumped onto the scene in 2021, just hasn't been able to keep that same momentum since. So they got some pieces in Detroit. Now, it's going to be tough to get this team competing because they have so many low overall guys outside the rotation. So we're really just going to have to me, this first season is going to be a fill-out process, maybe make some trades, see what we get offered, see who really makes a step forward, and it's going to be a long-term piece. And we go out in free agency and in the offseason and try to make some moves. So that's going to be my go-to goal for this season, and hopefully we get some good offers. So I'm going to go ahead and get this first season underway. I'll send the trade deadline. I'll see you guys then. We ended up making a trade. We ended up trading Jack Flaherty to the Marlins for Jesus Luzardo. Figured, Jesus Luzardo is 2 years younger. Jack Flaherty's a free agent after the year. Flaherty had an ERA of 3.20, so he's having a really good year. Luzardo not so much. But I think this adds a long-term piece to our rotation and a guy who has a lot of potential and fits right in with Olsen and Skubal in our rotation. So I really like that deal. So another trade we're about to do, Chase Anderson isn't going to help our organization at all, but just to get off Javi Baez's contract, the Red Sox have offered us this deal, and it's really, why not accept that? Baez is not really performing well. Look at the money he's owed. It opens up cap space for the offseason so we can actually make some moves to upgrade our team. I'm all for this trade. Another trade we're about to make to open up some money, we're going to send Kenta Maeda to the Orioles for Dylan Tate and Luis Almeida. We're going to do another trade to open up some money. Mark Canha, a free agent to be. We're going to send the Cincinnati Reds for Jay Allen, a young outfielder with C potential, 21 years of age, so it could develop in, maybe an extra outfielder we have. We are. First trade deadline. Looking like we're not going to make the playoffs. We're 49-60, 11 games out of first place. It's just not been our season. We've already been making some trades to open up some cap space, trade some veterans who aren't going to be here next year or maybe making too much money. We traded, Kenta Maeda, Javi Baez, Mark Canha. So we're trying to open up some cap space because I really want to get this team competing next year. So let's see what everybody's been doing. Akil Baddoo, 8 home runs, 34 RBIs. Great season for him so far. Gio Urshela, another guy who's a free agent to be. Not really making a ton of money, so it ain't like we have to trade him, but we'll see what's out there. Not having a great season, so I don't even know if we get that much value for him anyways. Riley Green having an awesome year so far, 11 home runs, 46 RBIs, 292 average. How about Kerry Carpenter hitting 327, 17 home runs, 66 RBIs, slugging 554. He has been that middle of the order presence we need. Andy Ibanez, not a bad year, not really anything spectacular, but he's not really having like an awful season. And then you have Spencer Torkelson. He's not played bad at all. The power's a little down, but 13 home runs, 32 RBIs. Jake Rogers providing a little bit of pop at the catcher spot, 10 home runs, 48 runs driven in. And then Zach McKinstry not really doing anything spectacular. We still got to fix the spot Mark Canha got traded from. We got Winsel Perez not doing too much in that utility role spot. Matt Vierling is not hit either. Carson Kelly, I don't even need to say it. Backup catchers, I don't expect much offensively. And then Parker Meadows is actually hitting, which is surprising because he's not known for his bat, but that's good to see. So offensively, outside of Baddoo, Green, and Carpenter, nobody really jumps off the page of like, man, they're having a great season. So really it's just 1, 3, and 4 in a lineup that's really been producing. And then we take a look at the pitching. Skubal's been spectacular, 9-4, 2.97 earned run average. Reese Olson not having a great season so far, 3-10 record, 4.56 ERA. Jesus Luzardo not having a great year either, 5.68 ERA. Casey Mize has been great, 3.35 ERA, 9-5 record. And then Matt Manning's been decent, 5-8, 4.38 record. Let's take a look at the bullpen. Dylan Tate, who we got from the Orioles, has been great, 4-3, 2.59 ERA. Shelby Miller, free agent to be, not having a great season, 5.14 ERA is not going to get it done. Andrew Chafin's been unhittable this season. It's going to be interesting. We decided to bring him back. I don't know if I will because he's getting up there in age and his overall is not going to get any better. Will Vest having an okay season, definitely not as good as he was last year. Joey Wentz has been spectacular, 1.33 ERA in 40 innings. Tyler Holton, not the cheat code this season, 5.94 earned run average. Alex Lange has been awful, 9.24 ERA. Wow, that is not going to get it done. And then Jason Foley's done a good job in the closer spot, 24 out of 29 in save opportunities, 2.87 ERA. So look at this team. The bullpen ain't looking too strong. It definitely is not looking at it. And the bullpen, the lineup's definitely been our weak link, and the starting rotation. I mean, Luzardo and Olsen have not really pitched like they should. So, I mean, it's going to be a lot of work in the offseason, that's for sure. I mean, is there any other veterans we could trade? Probably, but they're not going to get anything of value back. So, probably just going to send them to the end of the season and get to work in the offseason. So, I'll see you guys at the end of the regular season. So, the first season ends rather quickly. Didn't make the playoffs, 1785. Not a great year for us, 14 games out of first. We got a lot of work to do, especially for this lineup and bullpen. Let's say everybody did. Akil Baddoo ended up finishing with a solid season, 8 home runs, 48 RBIs, 269 average. A lot of strikeouts, but not like a bad season for Akil. Gio Urshela, not really great. We definitely can replace him a little bit better, trade or free agency. Riley Green had a great third season, played the most games of his career highs in home runs, RBIs, average is solid. So good to see him take that next step. Kerry Carpenter had an awesome year, 30 home runs, 96 RBIs, hit for average, got on base, slugged over 500. Great season for Kerry Carpenter. Spencer Torkelson, man, he struggled bad in the first or second half. I mean, I think he had like 13 home runs. When we looked at him at the All-Star break or at the end of the trade deadline, he had a horrible second half. Sheesh. Andy Ibanez, nothing special, but, put up okay numbers. Jake Rogers, down year from last year, not a lot of power. Winsell Perez made an impact. I mean, he's definitely a utility guy of the future. Could definitely have him come off the bench and play some valuable spots in the lineup. And then Zach McKinstry, an okay season. So really our lineup definitely needs some help. I mean, outside of, Riley Green and Kerry Carpenter, there's really no sure thing in this lineup. And I mean, we definitely can't replace everybody, but we definitely got to get more protection for Riley Green and Kerry Carpenter, that's for sure. Matt Vierling only hit 198. Buddy Kennedy in a short stint, 8 for 20. Carson Kelly had a solid year in the backup catcher spot, and then Parker Meadows hit 243. Provide a little bit of offense off the bench. And when we take a look at the pitching, Skubal had a ace type season, 13-6, 2.69 earned run average. Reese Olson ended up having a better second half, 6-13, 3.82 earned run average. Jesus Luzardo, hopefully he bounces back next year. Just wasn't a good year for him. Casey Mize had an excellent year as well, 12-9 and a 3.39 ERA. And then Matt Manning, 500 win-loss record, 3.77 ERA. I'll take that. So really outside of Jesus Luzardo, a lot of ERAs under 4. So that's good to see for the rotation. Dylan Tate made his impact in Detroit, 8.8, 2.70 ERA. Will Vest, okay season. Shelby Miller in his free agent year gave us a lot of innings, just not a great season overall though. Andrew Chafin was remarkable. Still don't understand MLB The Show with the overalls drop when guys play like this. Joey Wentz was unhittable, 1.23 ERA, remarkable. Alex Lange just couldn't get it going, 8.83 ERA. That's not going to look good on the baseball card, especially when he had 3 solid years before then. Tyler Holton ended up having his cheat code turn on in the second half, 3.19 earned run average. And then Jason Foley ended up saving 44 games, blew 9 saves, but, that's pretty impressive for a guy who's not really known as a closer. So let's see who wins the World Series. Let's take a look. The Phillies defeat the Astros. I do want to see the Phillies win a World Series with Bryce Harper there, so I hope that happens eventually in real life. So I got to get to work. Offense. I think our rotation is fine. I think I got to focus on the bullpen, and it's definitely the offense. So I'm going to get to work. See you guys at the beginning of the second season. Season about to get underway. We made some moves. Rotation, said I wasn't going to really mess with. I think we're fine with the rotation. Bullpen, we ended up adding A.J. Minter on a 1-year, $9.5 million deal from the Atlanta Braves. Spent his whole entire career in Atlanta. He is now a Detroit Tiger, and he had a really good year last year. We tried to go out and get a closer. We tried to offer Clay Holmes money. He ended up signing somewhere else. We definitely tried to get us a closer, that's for sure. We signed Elias Diaz to be our backup catcher. Coming off a pretty good year last year. Maybe him and Jake Rogers even platoon. We'll have to see. First base, we signed Joey Gallo. Not the most biggest free agent in the world. Didn't really cost a lot. Wasn't really a lot of options. I signed Pete Alonso a lot in these franchises. Didn't really want to sign him again. And then Goldie, he's going to fall off when it comes to age. Otherwise, I would love to have Goldie on the Tigers. And then Christian Walker wasn't really wanting to come play for us because he didn't think we were a contender apparently. So Joey Gallo will do for now. We ended up signing Ahmed Rosario, coming off a really good year, 12 home runs, 62 RBIs, hit 284. Not much of a power guy, but very good contact hitter. I think he'll help out. Spencer Torkelson will move to third base. We'll give him another season. If not, we'll look to move him, maybe to get somebody better. Shortstop, we signed Willie Adames. We spent some money. We had a ton of cap space. I'm talking a lot. I honestly couldn't have went really crazy and signed a bunch of good free agents, but I didn't want to be that crazy with it. But we did spend some money on Willie Adames, 2-year, $11 million per year. Had 26 homer season last year. You had a little bit of protection, which we needed with Kerry Carpenter and Riley Green. Left field, we got Riley Green. This guy right here, I guess this is who we drafted with the first pick. Dan Bigham. He's 18 years old, already an 81 overall. His stats look insane already for an 18-year-old. If I played a 5-year franchise with this, he would probably be like our best player in like 4 seasons. Like, he's definitely going to make an impact right away. He's what we need as center fielder, so it's a perfect fit. And then we got Kerry Carpenter and Keelan Badu in right field. So I hope this team makes the playoffs. I think we made moves that will help out, especially in the lineup. I don't know if it is enough moves, but we'll have to see where we're sitting at the trade deadline. So I will see you guys then. So I was looking at the trade block, and I saw Kyle Tucker was on the trade block. This is the first time in France I've seen him on the trade block. He's hitting 360, not much power so far, but man, has he been good. Free agent after the year, though. Are we going to be able to re-sign him? That's to be determined. This is giving up a lot for him, but it is Kyle Tucker. We're going to give up Jackson Joby, our #1 pitching prospect. I think we're good in the pitching department for this franchise, at least for now. We're going to give them Colt Keith, second base prospect, and we're going to give them Max Clark, a potential 20-year-old prospect. Now, this is giving up a lot for a soon-to-be free agent. Do not get me wrong. There is part of me thinking, is this going to be worth it? But we're playing really well. We're in first place. We can move Kerry Carpenter to first base. Joey Gallo, I haven't looked at the stats, but he probably has not been hitting. I've seen him have a cold symbol next. So actually, let me check real quick. Okay, 14 home runs, so not bad for Joey Gallo. We could always move into a DH or platoon role. Kyle Tucker, you put him in this lineup with Kerry Carpenter and this rookie we got, and Riley Green, who's having a solid season, and Willie Adames, who's having a solid season. I think this might be the move that gets us really in a deep playoff run, so I'm going to make this move. We add Kyle Tucker to the Detroit Tigers. We're at the second season and the second trade deadline, and we're sitting in a great spot, 71-39. What a second season turnaround this has been. Let's say everybody's been doing. Let's take a look at the pitching. Scooble has been spectacular again. 9-9, 3.14 earned run average. Reese Olson, another good year. ERA could be a little bit better, but I mean, he's been good for the most part. 10-6, 3.54 ERA. Jesus Luzardo's bounced back. That's great to see. 3.66 earned run average. Casey Mize continues to impress. 2.78 earned run average. 13-3 record. And then Matt Manning, another spectacular year for him. 2.96 earned run average and a 12-4 record. Let's take a look at the bullpen. Alex Fado has been unhittable. 1.74 ERA, 108 innings. He's been awesome. Joey Wentz, another good year. Not as good as last year, but that's hard to replicate. Tyler Holton, a little bit of a down year for him. Will Vest, not the numbers you want to see. Dylan Tate has been spectacular in 6 innings, .54 earned run average. Alex Lange, definitely better than last year. Solid year for him. AJ Minter's been a hell of a pickup, 2.10 ERA. And then Jason Foley's really settled into that closer spot. 34 saves, only blew 4 of them so far, 2.4 ERA. So the pitching, for the most part, looks pretty damn good. I mean, there's a few guys in the bullpen who could use better years, but all in all, great season. Let's take a look at the lineup. Ahmed Rosario's doing his job in the leadoff spot, hitting for solid average, getting on base, slugging 400, a little bit of pop as well. Kyle Tucker, not hitting for much power, but man, he's slugging 580, 433 on base percentage, and 331 average. Might win a batting title this year in his first half season with the Tigers. Riley Green's having another good season, 14 home runs, 43 runs driven in. He's walking at a good clip, 293 average. Kerry Carpenter at, oh my God, wow. This is like a full season stat line. And we're at the end of July. 35 home runs, 100 runs driven in already for Kerry Carpenter. I thought that looks like how it would look at the end of the season. This guy might hit 50 home runs. Wow. That caught me off guard. He might win the batting title. Wow, what an impressive stat line. Willie Adames has been great. 17 home runs, 54 RBIs, and give us another 20 home run campaign. Dan Bingham in his first season, listen, 14 home runs, 50 RBIs, he's hitting good average. I will take that. Jake Rogers not having a great season, 8 home runs, 30 RBIs. Spencer Torkelson, okay season. Definitely expect a little bit more pop. And then Joey Gallo not having a bad season, 17 home runs, 39 RBIs, he's hitting for power, which he's always done. When we take a look at the bench, Winsell Perez, not bad for a utility guy. Zach McKinstry, Akil Baddoo off the bench, 11 home runs, 39 RBIs, probably a little bit of pop. And Elias Diaz, in that backup catcher role we signed him for, 316 average. I think he's actually platooning with Jake Rogers. Never mind, they fixed that. He was platooning. But 316 average. So we look at this team. What do we need? Really, the way we're playing right now, not much. And I know I've done that in a few other franchises where I haven't really made moves, but sometimes your team's rolling. It's just like, it's tough to make a move. And, I think bullpen could be something we could possibly use. Like, Enyel De Los Santos, I think, would be a great pick. Let me see who the Padres want for him. I'll do that trade. Garrett Hill for De Los Santos. So we add De Los Santos to this team. We'll have to see who we send down. That's the tough part. We might have to send Will Vest down. He's not been good. He's got minor league options remaining. So we get De Los Santos. We add him to this pen. I think that's going to be the one move I make because everything else is clicking. I mean, we're 71-39. We have been absolutely clicking. So I'm going to send the end of the season. Hopefully we don't have a second half collapse. I will see you guys in the playoffs. Season is done. We end up winning 102 games. We dominated the division. What a turnaround for this Detroit Tiger team. We end up having Kerry Carpenter beat out Juan Soto for MVP. Juan Soto had 54 RBIs and 129 RBIs in Houston. Kerry Carpenter, 51 home runs, 143 runs batted in, and hit 316, slugged 653. That is insane. Especially for a guy like Kerry Carpenter, you wouldn't expect him to put up the numbers with his stats. That's insane. Wow. Okay, let's take a look at everybody else's stats. Ahmed Rosario had a great season, 15 home runs. I think that's a career high. No, tied for a career high. 80 RBIs. I think that's a career high. Yeah, 80 RBIs, hit 273. Great season for Ahmed. Kyle Tucker with a great season, 24 home runs, 68 RBIs, hit 307. Very, very Kyle Tucker-like season. Riley Green had a phenomenal year, 25 home runs, 80 RBIs, 314 average, 408 on base, and slugged 535. What a year for Riley Green. Kerry Carpenter, we've already talked about the sensational season he's had. Zach McKinstry, I don't know why he's batting so high in the lineup. Dan Bingham had 24 home runs and 80 RBIs in his first season at 18. Jake Rogers, not great. Spencer Torkelson was okay. So the bottom of the lineup definitely struggled. Besides Joey Gallo, what a season he had. 24 home runs, 61 RBIs. So, again, providing pop in the lineup. And then Zach McKinstry had an okay season, utility / shortstop role. Perez, I'll take that. Not a bad year. Willie Adames, okay, I was wondering what Willie Adames was. Okay, he ended up finishing with 22 home runs. So that's why McKinstry is batting so high. Okay, that makes sense. Hopefully Adames is good to go about the playoffs because that would suck if he's not. But had a great season, 22 home runs, 75 RBIs. Akil Baddoo, 12 home runs, good to see. And then Elias Diaz hit 310, the backup catcher role. Let's take a look at this rotation. I think Skubal was hurt. That's why he's not in like the top spots. Let me get all this fixed. There we go. Okay, Skubal had an awesome year, 14-14 record, 2.98 ERA. Casey Mize, 19 wins, 5 losses, 2.81 earned run average. Jesus Luzardo had a better year, 9-6 record, 3.53 earned run average. Matt Manning, solid year, won 16 games. And then Reese Olson won 17 games with the ERA under 4. So our rotation really got the job done. Joey Wentz, bad year compared to last year, but still not a horrible year. Tyler Holton, okay season. Dylan Tate was lights out, .47 ERA. Enyel De Los Santos was a hell of a pickup from the Padres, ended up putting up a 2.82 ERA. Alex Lange just hasn't been getting the job done for us, unfortunately. AJ Minter had a hell of a season. And then Will Vest, not a good year for Will. ERA of 5. And then Jason Foley in that closer spot saved 48 games. So back-to-back 40 save campaigns for Jason Foley. So this team got the job done, and I'm ready for the playoffs. So let's do it. In the Tampa Bay Rays in the first round. Hopefully this goes better than the Guardians' first round did. So let's go. We got Screwball on the mound. Let's see if this offense can give him some run support. Let's see if the lineup's solid. Okay, that lineup looks pretty good. I might move Riley Green up to the second spot, move McKinstry down to at least the 8th spot just because him hitting second. But, okay, we're good. Let's see if Scooble can give us a good performance here. Gets out of the first inning. Shane McClanahan on the mound for the Rays. They get caught stealing in back-to-back innings. Looks like someone got injured. Who was that? Zach McKinstry got injured, so that sucks. We end up not scoring a run. 2 on, 2 out, gets out of it. McClanahan shutting us down so far. Single, double play, single, ground out, walk. 1 run scores thanks to the rookie Bingham. So we take a 1-0 lead. But the Rays take the lead from us real quickly. Double by Josh. We got the bases loaded, 1 out. Sac fly by Kyle Tucker ties the game. So we're going to take Scooble out. He looks like he's getting a little exhausted here. So we're going to put in Dilo Santos here. Walk, fielder's choice, stolen base, strikeout on the ground. So he gets out of that. Very impressive job. There's a single by Willie Adames. Give him 1 more hitter, so he walks them. Let's bring in Lange here. Gets out of it. Kevin Kelly in the pitch. Torkelson leads off the single by Rosario. Riley Green strikes out. Kyle Tucker strikes out, and we can't get him home. So 1 more inning out of Lange. I'm going to go for it. Pop up, ground out. What a job. Okay, bottom of the 8th. Kevin Kelly still in, shuts us down. We got a few left. He's going to bring in Holton here. Ground out, walk, run scores thanks to Lowe. And they take a 3-2 lead in the 9th inning. They bring in Pete Fairbanks to face Perez. Do we pinch hit here? We're going to bring in... It's tough. We don't really have... Damn, we can't really pinch hit for him because nobody else plays second base. Joey Gallo can't play second. That is tough. He ends up striking out. Torkelson. We're going to pinch hit right here for him. Joey Gallo. Fly out. And Ahmed Rosario doubles. So we have some life. Riley Green grounds out. So we end up losing game 1. Tough loss. 1-run game. But it's time to bounce back in game 2. So let's see if we can do it here. Casey Mize or Jesus Luzardo. I'm going to go Casey Mize. He had a better season. Let's see if we can get an early lead here. Rays get caught stealing again. Casey Mize in a little bit of a jam here. Ends up getting out of it. There's a double by Willie Adames. Can't get him home. There's a double by Lowe. Solo shot by Jake Rogers gets us on the board. It's a double for Rosario. Kyle Tucker drives him in. And it's 2-0. Let's see if he can keep this. He doesn't. Richie Palacios hits a 2-run bomb to tie up the game in the 4th inning. Wow, that is tough. There's a double and a run scores thanks to Mason Wins on the Rays. I didn't even realize that. So we're going to bring in Will Vest. Gets out of it. 1-run lead for the Rays. Rasmussen's been spectacular. Another solo shot by the Rays. Dylan Tate, who was remarkable, comes in the pitch. Down 2. Man, this is not looking good. That error doesn't come back to bite us. There's an error by the Rays. Single. Gallo. Pop-up. Jake Rogers. Strikeouts. Torkelson. Man, that is... You got to get a run there. So we got Dylan Tate in a little bit of a trouble. We're going to bring in A.J. Minter. Gives up a run. Walk. 2 more runs. Score. And it is not looking good now. Our offense... Looking like the Guardians' offense just isn't getting the job done. Another run scores, and it is getting ugly. We're going to bring in, I guess Foley hasn't pitched yet, gets out. So 8-2, Kevin Kelly in the pitch, and we get shut down in game 2. So we are in possibility of getting swept just like the Guardians in the last franchise. That is tough. Maybe we can pull off an unreal comeback. Do we go Jesus Luzardo? I think we do. Is there anybody we can put in the lineup to mix up? I'm going to put... I can't put it with doing the lineup. We're going to put Elias Diaz at catcher. He was hitting good. We're going to switch up the catcher spot. Let's see if we can get some runs on the road. We do not. 1-2-3 inning for Luzardo against Ryan Pepiot. 2 on. Nobody gets home. Luzardo is cruising. So is Pepiot. There's a leadoff double by Isaiah Paredes. Doesn't get him home. Man, our offense is getting no hit right now. There's a double by Lowe who continues to bite us. There's a single by Elias Diaz, a walk by Torkelson. Ahmed Rosario ties up the game. Bases loaded. And we get 1 run thanks to a walk. 3 runs scored thanks to the rookie. And it is 5-1 Tigers. And Jesus Luzardo continues to roll here. Gives up a run there. There's a double, so time to take him out. We're going to bring in Tyler Holt, and he strikes him out. So 8-2 now. Let's see if Holt can give us another inning. A little bit of trouble, but he gets out of it. We're going to put in Joey Wentz here. Bases loaded, 1 run scores. So who do we put in? We're going to put in D'Lo Santos just to make sure he gets shut down. And he shuts it down. So we stay alive in the series. We win a game. 8-3. Game 4, here we go. So we got to win every game in this series to stay alive. So do we go Skubal or Manning? I'm not going to lie. I want to save Skubal for Game 5. I know that's risky, but we need him for a do-or-die game. Even though this is a do-or-die game, but a Game 5 is where you put your ace. So here we go. Aaron Savali on the mound. Solo shot by Kyle Tucker gets us an early lead. Bases loaded, 2 outs. We score another run thanks to Joey Gallo. So 2-0. Matt Manning looking to shut him down here. Solo shot. Kyle Tucker with 2 home runs off Savali. Raising a little bit of business. Another solo shot by Kerry Carpenter. Another solo shot by Bingham. 5-0 Tigers. 6-0 Tigers. And we are looking to take advantage and get to a Game 5 in Detroit. Matt Manning has been sensational. There's a run right there. We haven't really had our starters go deep at all in this series. It's good to see a starter go deep. 2-run bomb, though, by Lourdes Gurriel Jr. So we got to go to the pen. Dylan Tate in the pitch. Gives up a run. So it is 6-4. We're going to bring in A.J. Minter here. 1-2-3 inning. Top of the 9th, Garrett Clevenger in the pitch. Shuts us down, so it's time to bring in our closer. Fly outfielder's choice single, 1 run scores, and he gets caught stealing to end the game. Colton Wong-esque right there. And we stay alive to force a Game 5. Zach McKinstry is back. Looks like we scathed Skubal for the right reason here. So McKinstry hitting second, I still don't like that. I'm gonna put Kyle Tucker back there. I'm gonna mix up the lineup just a little bit here. We're going to put McKinstry 7. We're going to put Dan Bingham, who had a huge game, hitting 4th, put Riley Green 5th, and go from there. So here we go, Game 5. Can we advance the next round? Our ace on the mound gives up a 2-run bomb to Mason Wynn, and it's 2-0 Rays. That is tough. Bases loaded. We can't get anybody home. Runner gets thrown out at home. Shane McClanahan shut us down the last game. Mason Wynn continues to smoke us in this game. There's a leadoff double by Kyle Tucker. Can't get anybody home. That is tough. There's a single by Jake Rogers. So Skubal, another 1-2-3 inning. He's really cruising now, but we cannot get him any run support. Hit by pitch, double play. McClanahan still shutting us down. So 2 singles, probably left him in a batter too long. We're going to bring in D'Lo Santos. 3-run bomb. Mason Wynn is smoking us. 5-0. Kevin Kelly in the pitch. We still can't get anybody home. That is tough. Alex Lange in the pitch. So bottom of the 8th. Tyler Alexander in the pitch. Willie Adames walks. We're going to pitch hit for McKinstry. Bring in Perez. Flies out, single by Jake Rogers. Torgerson hits to a double play. Dylan Tate time. So bottom of the 9th, Pete Fairbanks looking to shut down our season. There's 1 run, and we ground out. So our season is over. We forced Game 5, but Mason Wynn just absolutely smoked us. Drove in all 5 runs for the Rays. Let's see who wins the World Series. The Rangers defeat the Dodgers. So a sad ending to our season. Really thought we could make that Game 5 count, and we did, and the offense didn't show up. So we got a lot of key decisions to make. Kyle Tucker, Ahmed Rosario, A.J. Minter, Dylan Tate, Joey Gallo. Like, this team might look drastically different. I'm definitely going to try to re-sign Kyle Tucker. He's a huge part of our team. I don't know how much moves I'm going to make to add to the team because once I add Kyle Tucker, it's going to be a lot of cap space. But I'll see what I can do. So I'm going to go ahead and get these moves going, and we'll see the final season how we're looking. Lost Kyle Tucker. He signed with the San Diego Padres. Huge loss for us. We had to go out and sign Vladimir Guerrero Jr. We had to sign a big impact bat. I mean, you lose a guy like Kyle Tucker, it's tough to replace. Hopefully, Vladdy can do that. We need a first baseman, anyways. So it definitely worked itself out. Rotation's still the same. So rotation's been getting the job done. So why not count on another season? Bullpen, pretty much the same. We ended up moving Jason Foley to the relief or just a normal relief pitcher because we did sign Devin Williams. He's the one guy we did sign. We need a closer. He's coming off a really good year. Didn't really cost a ton either. Thought this could really make our bullpen even 10 times better. We signed Christian Bethancourt to be our backup catcher. Had a little bit of pop, 12 home runs last season, so definitely got a little bit more pop for that backup catcher. Obviously, you guys saw Vladdy. Ahmed Rosario, we bought him back on a $5.5 million deal. Thought he was really good for us. Spencer Torkelson, going to keep him at third base. He's been doing an okay job. We don't really need him to do a ton. There wasn't really a lot of third basemen out there on the market. And then the rest of the team, pretty much riding with the same crew. I think this team will be another playoff contender. I hope I'm not wrong, but I've been wrong a lot in the past, so we're about to see. So I will send me the trade deadline and see you guys in trade deadline of this video. And we're not cruising along this season. 60 and 48. We're tied with Twins for first place. The Royals are still in it. They're only 5.5 back. So it's going to be a battle between three teams. We've had some injuries. Jesus Luzardo fractured his head. Devastating injury. I can't imagine having that happen. He was pitching great. Limited innings, obviously, but he was pitching great. That's a huge loss for us. He's been out pretty much the whole entire season. Kerry Carpenter fractured his hand the first month of the season. He's been out about 2 or 3 months. And with the season he had last year, we have to have him in the lineup. So I think that's been a huge part of it as well. Even though Akil Baddoo's been playing really well in his absence. I mean, he's really stepped up. But it's tough because it's like we will get Kerry Carpenter back. Jesus Luzardo, I don't see him coming back unless maybe – I don't even think he'll be ready for the playoffs. I mean, that's a full-time season injury. I mean, that's the whole season down the drain. So we won't see him pitch again in this franchise, and that's unfortunate. So I'm going to go through some trades, look through them, and I'll show you guys any deals we might make for the deadline. We're going to get Christian Javier from the Houston Astros. He has an 8-3 record, 2.57 run average. He'll definitely play a huge part, him and Scooble, in that rotation if we make a run. We're going to trade them Kevin Faraday, 19-year-old first baseman. Probably ain't going to turn into too much. We're also going to give them Wilmer Flores, who still young, still could be a very good starter. And we're going to give them our top pitching prospect, Joe Adametz, who's pitching really well in AAA for Christian Javier. I think this might be the trade that really helps us stay in contention and really count on Kerry Carpenter to get back healthy because, I mean, we could work on the bullpen. Looking at the numbers, the bullpen outside of Jason Foley and Will Vest has been pretty good. So maybe we just send one of these guys down. Maybe we send... Will Vest is also on the IL. I forgot about that, so fractured hand. We'll send Bo Brisky down, and we'll call up Dylan Tate, who was good last year. I'm not sure why he's in the minor leagues right now. So we'll call him back up. And we'll move Christian Javier to the rotation. And I think we'll be set. So hopefully we get some guys healthy and we make a playoff run. We're about to find out. Our regular season is over. We end up making the playoffs. We won a division. We won on a second half run. 93 wins, 69 losses. Twins were really the only team that kept up. The Royals just never really got back in it. We ended up having some league leaders. Christian Javier, who we picked up from the Astros, led the league in ERA 2.45. And then Vladimir Guerrero Jr. led the league in batting average. So both our acquisitions this season paid off. And Vladdy wins the batting title. So let's see how everybody did before we get this final postseason run underway. Ahmed Rosario with 23 home runs. Wow, that is not something I expected from him. That's good to see. Some pop at the top of the order. Akil Baddoo with 22 home runs. So both guys who ain't known for power hitting 20-plus home runs. I don't know how his overall drops when he had his best season, but that's MLB The Show for you. Vladdy, what a pickup he was. 41 home runs, 105 driven and hit 319. What a year. Riley Green had another solid campaign. 21 home runs, 91 RBIs, 272 average. Dan Bingham had another remarkable season for a 19-year-old, 25 home runs, 84 RBIs. This guy would be a 99 overall by the time he's probably 25. There ain't no doubt about it. Willie Adames, another solid year as well. Not even solid, a great year. 25 home runs, 89 runs driven in, hit 288. Spencer Torkelson, not a bad year. 16 home runs, 63 RBIs, hit 289. Jake Rogers, 17 home runs. And then Kerry Carpenter with 17 home runs. So really a lot of pop up this line. Everybody had 15 plus home runs in the starting lineup, and you love to see that. That's a lot of danger in that lineup. Perez played well in his utility role again. Justin Henry Malloy didn't do too much. Zach McKinstry had a solid year off the bench. And then Dylan Dillinger, not bad at all in that backup catcher spot. I'm guessing Christian Bethancourt didn't have a good year since he got sent down. No, he did not, so that makes sense. Skubal, down year for him. ERA close to 4. Definitely need him to pick it up, especially going into the playoffs. Chris Javier was spectacular. Great acquisition. Casey Mize, down year as well. 12 and 13, 3.79 earned run average. Matt Manning about where he's been the last 2 years. And then Reese Olson was horrible this year. You don't want to see that. Joey Wentz, a down year as well. Dylan Tate was not good at all this season. Tyler Holton had a bounce back year. D'Lo Santos has been a great acquisition, 1.91 earned run average. Alex Lange just hasn't been able to click. His overall keeps going up, but his ERA is definitely not. And AJ Minter, another great season, unhittable season, 2.05 earned run average, 32 holds. Bew Brisky didn't do too much. And then Devin Williams, 42 saves, 3.35 ERA, a little bit down year from last year, but still a good season. So who will we be facing? Can we get to the first round? We're facing the Texas Rangers. Seems like I'm always facing them in the playoffs in these franchises, which is kind of funny. So here we go. Scuba on the mound against the Texas Rangers. Let's play ball. Solo shot by Corey Seager, but we tie it up thanks to Ahmed Rosario. Got 2 on. We end up scoring the go-ahead run. Score another run. So it's 4-1 Detroit. Can send some half innings here. Save us just save us some time here. Scuba gets error, comes back to bite us. That is a tough error right there. So 1-run game, 5 solid innings. Really, that error really messed him up. Let's see if we can get another inning out of him. Walk, ground out. Tyler Mahle in the pitch out of the bullpen. Skubal, double play, gives us 7 strong innings out of the bullpen. So we're going to bring in AJ Minter here. 1, 2, 3 innings. Solo shot by Bingham. 3-run bomb by Jake Rogers, and this game has been opened wide open here. So we're going to bring in Dylan Tate to try to slam the doors shut, and he does. So we take game 1 in convincing fashion. Our offense comes through 8-3. Going to go ahead and sim game 2. We win that one as well. Can we sweep the Rangers? We end up taking 3 out of 4. So now we're facing the Orioles in the next round. Very good way to start off this postseason. So we're going to put Scuba on the mound. Here we go. Okay, let me do that thing where, let me fix the rotation because I think it messes up or something. I don't know what the deal is with that. There we go. It should be fixed now. I think there's like a glitch. If you guys play MLB like franchise mode, like there's like a glitch or something that happens. So we're gonna put Scuba on the mound against this Oriole team that kicked our butts a few seasons ago. Let's see if we can get through them here. It might have been the Guardians, actually. I think I faced the Orioles in this franchise. 2 home runs in a row, though, back-to-back by Adames and Carpenter, get us on the board. Skubal gives up a 3-run bomb to Ryan Mountcastle, though, and the Orioles take the lead. That is tough. So there's a double. We can't get nobody home. That is tough as well. Grayson Rodriguez is rolling. So 2 singles. We're going to go ahead and take Skubal out. We're going to put in Tyler Holton, a few lefties coming up, gets out of the inning. Grayson Rodriguez continues to roll. Let's have him face 1 lefty. 1 more inning out of him? We do. Okay, good job. Single by Bingham. John Brebby in the pitch. There's a walk. A double scores the go-ahead run. And runner gets thrown out. So 1-run game. We're going to bring in AJ Minter. Single, stolen base, strikeout, walk, pop up, and a tying run scores. We're going to keep him in the face of the lefty. He gets a flyout. So bottom of the 8th, tie game. Perez comes in the pitch, strikeout, fly out, solo shot by Riley Green. And we take the lead heading to the ninth. Devin Williams slams the door shut. And we take game 1 against the O's. We also take game 2, game 3. And we advance to the World Series. Can we end this franchise with the World Series against the Philadelphia Phillies? This will be the second World Series I win. So we're going to put Scuba on the mound against the Phillies. Zach Gallen with the Phillies. That's a fit. Shuts us down in the first inning. Scuba gets out of a leadoff walk. This might be a pitching duel right here. Both these guys are going to be something else in this game. There's a double by Bryson Scott, and we are in trouble. 1-0 Phils. Error. We make him pay. Bingham drives them in, so game tied. There's a single. Fly out. Leadoff triple by Rojas, but they can't get him in. That is tough. You know Philly fans don't like that. Can't get no. There's a solo shot by Trey Turner, and it's 2-1. Let's see if we can get some offense. Michael Grove in the pitch. 2 on, 1 out. Bases loaded. Can't get the sac fly. That is, wow. We're going to bring in Alex Lange here. Bases loaded. 1 run scores. So it's 3-1 Phillies. Top of the 8th. Jason Adam in the pitch. Leadoff walk to Wiley Green. Fly out. Fielder's choice, strikeout. We're going to bring in De Los Santos, walk, double play. So top of the 9th, Jose Alvarado in the pitch. He's facing Spencer Torkelson, Jake Rogers, and Ahmed Rosario. Fly out, pop up, and strikeout. So Phillies take game 1 of the World Series. We got to bounce back here in game 2. So here we go. We're going to put Christian Javier on the mound. Aaron Nola pitching. 2-run bomb by Baddoo gets us on the board early. That's a good way to start off game 2. Christian Javier walks 1 but doesn't come back to bite him. There's an error, and it does not come back to bite us. Usually they do. There's a solo shot by Bingham. 3-0 Tigers. Bases loaded. We scored 2 more. Zach Wheeler in the pitch. He's out of the bullpen now. Walk, 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 sack, fly, fly out. Gonna sim a half inning here. There's a solo shot by Brent Rooker. Can Christian Javier, I was about to say can he get out of the inning, but it ain't looking like he's going to. So we're gonna bring in Tyler Holton. Gives up 2 runs, keeps us a 1-run lead. Zach Wheeler shuts us down, no, but he does not give up a run. So we're gonna bring in, this is tough. Dylan Tate. Ground out, ground out, ground out. Good job by Dylan right there. Solo shot by Akil Baddoo, his second of the game, and it's 6-4. We're going to bring in A.J. Minter here. Solo shot by Brent Rooker. Double, fly out, single. We're going to bring in Brisky here, and he gets the fly out. What a job. Leadoff triple by Kerry Carpenter. Torkelson drives him in. Can Brisky give us another inning? Walk, 2-run game-tying bomb by Brent Rooker. He had 2 outs in the inning. That is tough. So Anthony Dominguez in the pitch, bases loaded. We get the sac fly, 8-7. Let's see if Devin Williams can slam the door shut, double, and he shuts them down 8-7. So series tied, 1-1, heading to Detroit. So we go Matt Manning or Casey Mize? I'm going to go Casey Mize. So here we go, Casey Mize on the mound, game 3, 1-2-3 inning. Aaron Savali on the mound for the Phillies, 2-run score, 3-run score in the first inning, 4-run score, and we are cruising with the Phillies. We know what this offense can get going very quickly. So still 4-0. 2-run bomb by Will Benson makes it 2-4. Still 4-2 game. There's a double by Alec Boehm, and now Trey Turner ties up the game, and time to take Casey Mize out. We're going to bring in De Los Santos. Gets out of the inning, or tries to get out of the inning. Now he does. Savali's still pitching. So there's a walk. We're going to go to Alex Lange. Gets a double play. What a clutch double play. They bring in Mick Abel. Can we get a sac fly? We do. So we take a 5-4 lead. Good job by Torkelson right there. There's a single and a run scores. Maybe left Langy in a little too long there. We're going to bring in Tyler Holton. Fly out and a ground out. So 5-5 game. Mick Abel still pitching. Gets out of the jam. We're going to bring in AJ Minter here. Yohan Moncada pitch hits. And the Phillies take the lead thanks to Scott right there. Jason Adam in the pitch. Defensive substitution as well, so somebody got injured. Strikeout, fly out. I said Scott earlier, my bad. Stott. I always say Scott for some reason. So we're going to bring in Dylan Tate, who's been good. So bottom of the 9th inning. Who do we bring in here? We're going to bring in Zach McKinstry, Jose Alvarado. We're going to pinch hit again. Perez, ground out. Jake Rogers, double. Ahmed Rosario ties the game. Akil Baddoo, walk by Vladdy. Riley Green with the game on the line, walks. The rookie looking to take us to a 2-1 series lead. He does. What a job by Bingham. The rookie comes through in the World Series. We send game 4 and we lose. So tied 2-2, going to game 5 in Detroit. Final home game of the World Series. We got to put Scooba on the mound. Okay, here we go. Game 5. Can Scooba have a better performance? Even though he wasn't bad last time. Aaron Nola on the mound for the Phillies. Solo shot by Brent Rooker. What a World Series he's had. Solo shot by Riley Green. Gets us right back to a tie game. 1, 2, 3, third. There's a double by Trey Turner. Can't get him home. Vladdy singles, but nobody gets him home. There's a solo shot by Spencer Torkelson. Can the Phillies, and there's a 2-run bomb by Alec Boehm in the 6th. Man, our bullpen has been so taxed. Alex Lange in the pitch, gives up a run, 4-2 Phillies. Can Lange give us one more inning to save this pen? He does. Aaron Nola still in the game. Lange still pitching. 2 outs. We're going to bring in Brisky. And he gets out of the inning. So bottom of the 8th, Jason Adam in the pitch against Jake Rogers. Strikeout, Akil Baddoo. Solo shot. It's 4-3. Or Rosario, my bad. Rosario hit the home run. Akil Baddoo hit the single. There's a single by Vladdy. We tie the game up thanks to an error. Sir Anthony Dominguez gets a double play, though. Can Brisky give us another inning? 2-run bomb by Stott. Oh, my goodness. That is not what you want to see. Bottom of the 9th, down 2. Jose Alvarado in the face. Willie Adames strikeout. Kerry Carpenter strikeout. And Torkelson pops. So that is a tough loss. Man, that's tough. Now we got to win back-to-back games on the road. It's going to be tough. Let's put Matt Manning on the mound. Let's see if he can give us a pitching performance of his life here against Brandon Woodruff. Woodruff rolling so far. The stolen base, hit by pitch, line out. Solo shot by Rojas gets the Phillies to lead. Phillies are looking to go back-to-back, I think. They won the World Series last season as well. Single, fly out, pop-up, stolen base, pop-up. There's a single by Riley Green, a walk by Bingham. Adames pops up. 3-run bomb by Kerry Carpenter. What a clutch swing. There's a run driven in by Alec Boehm. And in the game-tying run, thought Manning could get through the inning. We bring in De Los Santos. He gives up the go-ahead run. There's a walk by Baddoo. Can't get him home. De Los Santos gets out of a jam. Woodruff still in the game. So we go with the pen again. AJ Minter. Error comes back to bite us badly. My goodness, you can't have errors in the World Series like that. So 2-run game. Jason Adams, top of the 8th. Walk by Torkelson. Pop-up, strikeout, pop-up. So top of the 9th, World Series on the line. Heart of the order, Vladdy, Riley Green, and Bingham against Jose Alvarado. Vladdy, hit by pitch. Green, strikeout. Bingham, strikeout. Adames strikes out. Nobody puts the ball in play. And the Phillies are your World Series champions. Well, Tigers fans, I know y'all weren't expecting me to probably get to the World Series. I think that's a win in its own right, but we got to get the job done right there. I really enjoyed this Tigers team. We spent a little bit of money, but we didn't go crazy. We made a lot of trades. I've been trying to do more trades in the AL Central. I know a lot of them teams don't spend major amounts of money. I think I've done a good job so far. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure to check out the NEW Wrestling Pod in the description below if you like wrestling. Peace.